Hello, one and all, and welcome to my quick video on my reaction to the Spider-Man No Way Home title reveal. So, I realize I'm probably a couple of days late to the party with this, but I haven't had the chance to record this yet. Spider-Man No Way Home, which will be the third solo Spider-Man film from Tom Holland. So, yeah, he can now brag to Andrew Garfield that he has more films than him. Discounting the Avengers ones. Okay, so the way they revealed this title was kind of interesting. It was this little video with Tom Holland and Jacob Batalon and Zendaya, and they were like joking about how they spoil everything, and then they walked past this board with all these titles. Then it said Spider-Man No Way Home. I thought it was kind of a cool way to reveal the title. It was actually pretty cool. And this movie is actually going to be one that excites me more than the first two movies. The first two being Homecoming and Far From Home. I don't know what the obsession is with the word home, but I guess they're just going with it to make it different to Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's films, I suppose. But there isn't much been said about the film so far in terms of plot, but it's going to be interesting. I think it's scheduled for 17th of December, so it's a Christmas release, which will be fun. I think that'll be quite fun. And it's been directed by John Watts, who did the first two, and obviously stars Tom Holland, Zendaya, Marisa Tomei, Jacob Batalon. But there are some other people in the cast, two of which get me, well, excited, are Otto Octavius, played by Alfred Molina, who, if you remember, he portrayed this character in Spider-Man 2, which is my favorite Spider-Man film. So I am so excited to see him come back. I really am. I think that is going to be just incredible because he was amazing in that film. And we've also got Jamie Foxx as Electro. Less excited about that because I don't like The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but well, still, it'd be nice to have him there, I suppose. I don't blame Jamie Foxx for the mess that was The Amazing Spider-Man 2. But this gives me hope that what they might be doing is they might be trying to connect all three Spider-Man universes. So Tobey Maguire's trilogy, Tom Holland's trilogy, and then Andrew Garfield's duology, I suppose, in some kind of spider multiverse. I think that's probably what the road they're going down, and I think it's definitely something quite nostalgic. It sounds like it's going to be quite a big film in comparison to the first two anyway, which do seem kind of self-contained, even though they're in the MCU. It does seem like they're very self-contained high school movies, so I wonder if this one is going to be different. I think this one could potentially be different, yeah, and especially with the rumors about the casting. So I'm wondering whether they will sneak in cameos for Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. It's a possibility, because if you remember at the end of Far From Home, spoiler alert from Spider-Man Far From Home, there was a cameo from J. Jonah Jameson, played by J.K. Simmons. So J.K. Simmons could well be back. So I reckon they've been planning this for a bit of time, and obviously the COVID situation has delayed things, which doesn't really help. But I think there is potential for this to be really good. This could potentially be the best Tom Holland Spider-Man movie yet. And I am excited. What can I say? I'm excited for it. I'm not crazy about the Tom Holland movies like everybody else is. I think he's really good. I think Tom Holland is a great actor, a very nice guy, but from what I can see on social media and on interviews, he's he does a good job. He obviously plays it with an American accent because he's British. And he's very athletic and acrobatic, and he was a total fit for the part. And I would take him over Andrew Garfield, although Tobey Maguire is my personal favorite Spider-Man just because I grew up with him. But Tom Holland has really grown into this role, and every film he gets more and more confident. So he could potentially be giving his best performance in Spider-Man No Way Home. And I think Tom Holland is going to be around for a long time. I think he's so popular, he's so good in this role that everyone loves him. He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. There was a danger of the third film not being in the MCU, and Tom Holland was threatening to walk away. But then obviously they managed to sort that out, which is good. Question from Awesome Productions. Think they could be building up the Green Goblin showing up? If you're talking about the Willem Dafoe Green Goblin, then I hope so. I hope so. because I like Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin. He was great in the first Spider-Man film with Tobey Maguire. I thought he did a really good job. If you're talking about the one from the Amazing Spider-Man 2, then I hope not. I don't think Dane DeHaan was right for the role of Harry Osborn. Actually, that's the thing. Could they be bringing in Harry Osborn into Spider-Man No Way Home? Because we have MJ, and I mean, we have this character called Ned, who's Peter's friend, but yeah, I guess we don't have Harry Osborn yet. Who knows? So far, we haven't got Nick Fury listed on the cast list. Samuel L. Jackson, he's not there. We've got Flash Thompson, he's going to be back in it, which would be good. Harry Holland is playing a drug dealer, assuming that is Tom Holland's brother. Yeah, I would have thought so. Michael Giacchino is coming back to do the music. It looks like most of the same people are going to be there, and I'm excited actually, more so than I expected. Haven't seen the first two Tom Holland Spider-Man films in a while, but I might rewatch them actually. I'm actually kind of curious now. If this film's going to come out at Christmas, then I want to prepare myself and get back into the Tom Holland ones. I think the Tom Holland films are good. I've reviewed both of them. I think they're good. I think the second one, Far From Home, is a little bit better, but they are very similar. They're just kind of high school fun movies with Spider-Man. I don't think they have the emotional punch of some of the Sam Raimi movies, but I think they're very entertaining, and Tom Holland definitely makes them, he makes them what they are. So, yeah. And every time Tom has done a film outside of his solo films, he's always been good as well. Like, he's been in the Avengers movies and Civil War as well. That was his first appearance, and everybody went gaga for Tom Holland back then. I didn't really see the appeal back then, but now I can see why he's great as Spider-Man. I think it was unfair to judge Tom Holland so early. That was 5 years ago. Civil War. He's been playing this part for 5 years, and he's really grown into it very well. And I really wish him the best of luck. I think Spider-Man No Way Home as a title, yeah, it's all right. I mean, I kind of expected something like this, to be honest. I knew it was going to have the word home in it. I knew 100% that it was going to do that. But I didn't know what exactly it was. I didn't know it was going to be No Way Home, or I thought it was going to be something like Homeward Bound, or I don't know. I even suspected at one point them calling it Spider-Man Homeschooling because of this fucking coronavirus pandemic. Maybe they would have thrown that into it, but no, of course they wouldn't. Oh, hi Daniel. Nice to see you again as well. What do you? I mean, obviously, people in the live chat, please comment. What do you think about this? Because this is a nice bit of news, I think, and it's a nice bit of positive news during this pandemic, which hopefully we are slowly getting out of. It's good that everyone's being vaccinated now, so I think hopefully by Christmas we should be ready to experience this movie like we experienced the first two before COVID. But yeah, I mean, that's all I've got to say, really. So I'll give you guys a chance to comment, and then I'll leave it there. Oh, you didn't know about it? Oh, right. Well, sorry if I spoiled it for you, but yeah, I saw the video. I think a day or so after it was released on YouTube and the interweb, so to speak. But yeah, it should be good. I think it's going to be fun. If you're a fan of the other Spider-Man movies, then this would definitely be a treat. I think they're going to pull out all the stops to make it nostalgic, and it will be the end of a trilogy as well, which will be something. The title won't spoil it. Yeah, no, the title won't spoil it. I mean, I'm kind of surprised that the first one was called Spider-Man Homecoming. It did seem like a bit of a bizarre title when I first heard about that, but it makes sense, because he goes to the homecoming dance, and then you've also got Far From Home, which obviously, he goes on a trip. So Spider-Man Far From Home, it works. And it obviously relates to the first one with the same way. But No Way Home, I wonder what that means in the context of the movie, of course. So yeah, but this is good. I think this will be good. I mean, as for the other MCU movies, there's a Doctor Strange movie coming out. There's even a Fantastic Four movie that's been scheduled. Not sure for when. Let me just have a look. Sorry, my computer's being slow. Doctor Strange's Madness in the Multiverse. Multiverse of Madness is for next year, which it's directed by Sam Raimi, funnily enough, who directed the original Spider-Man trilogy. So I'm excited for that. Then you've also got Fantastic Four, directed by John Watts, actually, who's directing this movie. There's no release date for that yet, but yeah, and there's a few others like Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel 2. I don't know about the sequel to Black Panther. I think that's going to be delayed because of the sad passing of Chadwick Boseman. Oh, hello, Harry. I really dig the title. Ties in nicely with the first two movies of the trilogy. Yeah, it does. I mean, they had to get the word home in there somewhere, didn't they? I guess this is the Spider-Man Home trilogy. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of strange when you think about it, but I suppose the titles work. They're a little odd when you first hear them, but I slowly adjusted to Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home after a while. Yeah, and it looks like there'll be quite a lot of villains in this one. I just hope they learn from Spider-Man 3 and The Amazing Spider-Man 2 that too many villains can disrupt a film. So I don't know if Doc Ock and Electro will be the central villains, or maybe they'll just be cameos. I don't know. Unless they're trying to go for a Sinister Six thing, which the video game did, the Spider-Man 2018 video game, which I will review very soon because I've got the Miles Morales game. But yeah, I don't know much else about No Way Home. I still predict Black Widow will be the best Marvel movie this year. Yeah, well, I think it will probably be the only Marvel movie this year other than Spider-Man No Way Home. I think it's just those two, isn't it? Obviously, Black Widow's been delayed because of coronavirus. So, yeah, I'd like to watch Black Widow. I think that'll be good. It might be one of the more serious Marvel movies. I am an MCU fan. I wouldn't say I'm a hardcore fan, but I enjoy them. I mean, some of them are better than others, but most of them, on the whole, are very good. Especially the last two Avengers movies. Does anybody else want to ask a question or say anything before I call it a day? We've had some great villains in the Spider-Man movies over the years. I mean, going through all of them, the first one was the Green Goblin, played by Willem Dafoe in the 2002 film. Then Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man 2, who's coming back for this film. Then in Spider-Man 3 was the Sandman, Venom, and Harry Osborn, who was like the Hobgoblin. Yeah, there was three villains. It was a bit much. Then in The Amazing Spider-Man, we had the Lizard, who was a bit crap. Then The Amazing Spider-Man 2, we had Electro, the Rhino, and Harry Osborn's Green Goblin again. I don't know why. Tom Holland's first film, Homecoming, we had Vulture. And then in Far From Home, we had Mysterio. I actually thought Mysterio was well done, to be fair. I read somewhere that Electro is not going to look like how he did in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, so I'm wondering how will he look here. Well, hopefully better. Hopefully closer to the comics. I mean, he wore a couple of outfits in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. He wore like a casual sort of joggers and a hoodie. And then he wore like a black sort of, looked like a sort of rubber suit. I don't know. It was a bit strange. I didn't like the gangster look, as Lauren says. I didn't like that. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was just such a mess anyway. Less said about that film, better. Yeah. I just hope that this time Jamie Foxx is treated better than he was in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Honestly, those two Andrew Garfield movies, I like Andrew Garfield, but the movies were just really bad. They really were. The first one wasn't so bad. I think I gave it a 4 out of 10 in my initial review, and the second one was even worse. It was just such a mess. I gave it a 1 out of 10. Honestly, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is down there as probably one of the worst superhero movies ever made. It's the worst Spider-Man film ever made, I think. I mean, there are worse superhero films than that, but it's at least it has a budget. But it's the storytelling that makes it crap. So I'm confident that this new film will have a much better story than that. You're skeptical about Jamie Foxx returning. Yeah, I think many people probably will be. I mean, I don't initially blame Jamie Foxx for his performance in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I just think that he was treated very badly, and the script didn't do him justice. But Jamie Foxx is a very talented actor and musician. Hey, he did great in Soul. He performed fantastically in Soul as Joe Gardner. So maybe this is the chance for him to redeem himself as Electro, kind of like Deadpool. Like how Ryan Reynolds got the Deadpool movies made, and that kind of made up for X-Men Origins Wolverine, which was total shite, as far as I'm concerned. But yes, Doc Ock. I'm more excited about Doc Ock because he was just so good in Spider-Man 2. Even if he's only in it as a cameo, it's fine because I would be happy just to see him again. That would just be great. I don't know if they'll keep his look the same. Maybe they'll change his look as well, but who knows? Who knows? And do you think they'll give Tom Holland another suit? I wonder. I suspect they might do. I mean, I think in every film he's changed the suit. Whereas in Tobey Maguire's trilogy, it was always the same one except the black suit. And I mean, there was the wrestling suit that he wore in the first film, but other than that, he's in the main Spider-Man suit the whole time. And then Andrew Garfield, I think, changed his suit once for the second film. For his second film, sorry. Yeah. And according to the IMDb page, there isn't much else to say about it. Yeah. USA release date is 17th of December 2021. So I suspect that in the UK, it will be around a similar date. There isn't an official UK release date yet, but I reckon it will be probably maybe a couple of days after that, or maybe the same time. I don't know. But yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home. That's really all there is to say at the moment. So if anybody has anything desperately to say, then I will probably call it there. 1 minute. Okay, well, I think I'll call it there. Nobody's posting any comments, so thank you all very much for watching this reaction. And what do you think of this news? Please comment down below, let me know. And are you excited for Spider-Man No Way Home? Because I am. So until next time, I'm Mr. Thomas11. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Bye for now.